Oops, trying to get a good angle here. So, hello everybody. How are you? Kiri, you're there. Alicia. It changes to live chat instead of top chat. Dave, hello. Good evening to you. I'm getting the. Okay. Things have changed around here a little bit. So I don't want you getting the rings. It could be my glasses too. They're different, probably a different angle or something. So there we go. You just get to see a little more of my mess over here. Well, hello, hello, hello. Oh, I like how you put that, Alicia. Hug that like button. That's cute. Sunflower Marcia, good evening to you. Patty, hi. Oh, you guys. So good to see you out and about here. Oot and about. Grammy Karen, hello. How's life down in Tennessee? No, you're not in Tennessee. Kentucky, sorry. I was mixed up now because I know they were looking in Tennessee, but you guys are still in Kentucky. So, Bonnie, good evening to you. Mother Earth Garden Club, hello. Bex, hi. Oh, so good to see everybody here. Yeah. So, how are things in your area of the world? I can't even say country, but most of you are on the continent, I think. I don't think anybody here right now is off of the continent. I've had people in the live chat from Australia and Ireland before, which is really fun, and in the Caribbean. But Eli, hello to you. You're doing well. Cold has set in, but it's winter now. Yes, it is. We got about 4 inches of snow today. So winter is here. And it's supposed to snow over the next few days and then drop down to below zero. So winter is definitely here. I think the snow that we've got is here to stay. Definitely here to stay. Hey, Kathy Lyon, how are you? From Indiana. Yeah, I was looking at the nationwide map, and it's looking pretty chilly in most places, definitely. Yeah, I think I got just maybe another inch more than you, Bonnie. That's about it. But oh, the freezing rain, that's not a good thing. I don't like that kind of stuff. That's just not fun. So you've had your first freeze, didn't last long though. Well, that's okay. I don't know. I got these. So I got them about a week ago. They came in, my glasses. These are my new computer glasses, so I can see you guys a little more clearly. But they're just so light, and I don't know if I'm good with that or not. I think I still like a darker frame. It froze here 2 nights, but that's done for now. Okay. Well, we're way past that freezing point, and we're definitely in winter weather now. To bring out the boots, winter jacket, all the good stuff. So, oh, you know what, Bonnie? I didn't get my leaves cleaned up either this year. I did manage to get, oh, so you got about 3 inches down there? Okay. Hey, Connie. Hello. How are you? I did manage to get the essentials inside, like into my shed and everything. I got the hoses in, the lawnmower, the the carts, all that kind of stuff in, and kind of, yeah, pretty much, so that the outside was okay to do our sub-zero weather for the next few months. But as far as like really cleaning up my garden, I got my tomato stakes out, and I got my the stakes for my peppers, got those all out. I didn't really get to prep the rest of my beds. Things just again, life, but it'll improve. I have every confidence that it will. You're very much back into doing crafts. You made twine-wrapped mini Christmas trees. Well, that sounds very cute. It does sound really cute. Hey, Wendy, hello. Good evening in the commercials. Oh, I know, those commercials, right? Who else do we have? You have one more hose to unhook. Um, yeah, you have to make sure that there's not gonna be any water that's gonna, just freeze up into ice in there, so because I still had some even though I hadn't used my hoses for a long time, there was still water in there I had to drain out. So, unless you're able to bring it inside, can you bring it in your garage or something or inside where it can melt? That would be helpful. Oh, I know. Your borrowed truck has a built-in cassette player. Ooh, how fun. Break out those cassettes. I don't think I even have any left anywhere. Your truck broke down. Sorry. I'm reading part 1, second. You had to be towed off the country highway for an arrange. Oh, well, God sure took care of you, didn't he, Kiri? It was right there. That's wonderful. I'm sorry you broke down, but it's great that you have that. So, Eli, it's chilly for you, but no frost yet. You get your morning cut back and your cuttings ready for winter. Yeah. Oh, your moringa, not morning. Yes, I have new glasses. I can read better. Oh, your moringa. Okay. Um, I think I'm just tired today. You don't miss doing hoses to 50 feet plus. Yeah. I have 3, I think, that are 25-foot, and then I have 3 that are 50-foot hoses, I believe is what I have, and then a couple smaller ones, but yeah, and they were very stiff. Even though they weren't frozen, they were very stiff, and so trying to get them in some semblance of a circle, I did get them into the shed, but, anyway, so now I've got my snowmobile. This is gonna be a fun night, yeah. I've got my snowblower set right near the door of my shed, so that's all ready to go. Um, this year, I even remembered this. I needed to do something. Last year, I just got in my shed last fall, and the beginning of winter, as it happens a lot, we have days of rain before it turns to snow. Well, last year when that happened, it got into the lock of the locking mechanism of the handle of my shed, and I had to I had to go through with a hair dryer and, blow it in. It was just the ice never really came out of it, so I wasn't able to lock it all winter once I got it unlocked. And so it was like, such a pain. So this year, before all this rain started last week, that was coming in and it was going to be freezing rain and stuff, I put a Ziploc baggie over the handle. So I didn't get any rain into the locking mechanism, which I am so proud that I did that. I remembered just one little thing to make life easier, right? Uh, I know, I know. You like the frames? They're not too late? I don't know, I get so used to having darker frames, so, but thank you, Patty, I appreciate that. Um, Last year you had to replace your outside faucets. Oh, no. Yeah, you can't. Wendy, you're so sweet. Thank you for playing the commercials. I hope they were decent. I have absolutely no control over any of those, so it's like, "What?" Um, well, that's actually a pretty good deal, Kiri. 150 with only 175, that's good. Um, Thank you, Mother Earth, too. So thank you, Leisha. Appreciate it. This year you tried those hoses that curl up when you're done. Oh, okay. I was wondering how those are working and everything, so but yes, Bonnie, my shed is working well, so I got everything tucked away in there, and, um, I actually got something else that I've tucked away in there for spring that I'm gonna keep it a surprise until spring, and I'll show you guys then. So, thanks, Dave. Yay for the Ziploc bag. I know. Get a little baggie and stick it out there, and I'll be good to go. 'Cause I don't have anything, like, super, expensive out there, something that people could easily just grab, and I don't have tools out there or anything other than my lawnmower and snowblower, but, it's still it's kind of one of those safety things that you don't you wanna make sure you're not, cleaned out at some point, especially if there are tweakers around, You gotta be careful. Um, thanks, Mother Earth. Appreciate it. Hello, Lewis. Shalom to you. I know. Patty, you're probably gonna try everything you can to get that secret out of me, right? Oh, I do. Oh, and dirt bike. That would get me around a lot quicker, though. It certainly would. I'll have to think about that one. I know, right, Vonnie? No more hauling it down the basement. Oh, I'm so glad. Um, you've got a hose that's stretchy because your grandson mowed. Oh. Yeah, Vonnie, they are important tools, but it's not like I've got like all my all my power tools out there or something. And all my DeWalt collection is not outside, so I don't want to be able to tempt people in that way. But I've got loaded with all my garden stuff and everything. You're waiting for your glasses from Walmart for about 2 months. Oh, yeah, I'm not particularly happy with the this time and then the previous time, a new ophthalmologist, um, and because they bought out the guy that I had before, and so this one I'm just it. I've got the two different glasses. These are my computer glasses, and I have my other set that. But those I was driving on the interstate last week and everything, and it was really hard to see road signs and billboards until I was almost right on top of them, and I'm like, "This is not good." You know, I don't need I don't need the distance for just watching TV or seeing across the street. It's like, I need to have that for driving, so I'm trying to give it, just a little bit of a time so to see if my eyes adjust or whatever, but, I think I'm gonna have to take them back and just, uh and then the reading part of them, because 'cause they're trifocals, yes. The reading part is, like, they're only clear if I'm about 8 inches away, and it's like, that's not where I hold my books when I read, They're more like 12 inches away. So it's like, okay, I I don't like conflict like that. I don't like having to go back and tell somebody that what they did is not good enough, and it's like, especially if they're professional, especially if, they should know better and everything else. It's like, I just have a real struggle with that. Does anybody else have a struggle with that? They just, oh, it's like, you're a professional, do your job. And it's like, I don't want to have to go back and go through that all over again. And it's just a hard thing for me. So I know I have to, Alicia, you're right. So, um, keep showing you Georgia commercials. Oh, there you go, Curie, that's funny. Oh, you had the fun of changing a coil and spark plug on your car in this chilly weather. Ooh, well, you are handy. That's where I'm thinking that, you know, the last time it was just like, I'm not sure about this, so it's like, I'll give him another try, and it's like, and then when I go in to get them set or adjusted or something, it's like they're so impatient. It's like I'm a bother to them. And it's like, oh, yeah, Eli, exactly. Exactly. So, um, couldn't get trifocals to work. Really need them. You can't see driving or just walking way back to your buys. Oh, yeah. And it's always an adjustment, especially when you're walking down steps with trifocals, because it's like there's just so much focal thing going on, and it's just really weird. Um, so you had cataract surgery in both eyes, are corrected for distance, insurance paid for glasses for nears. Okay. I'll have to think about that then at Costco. Um, is your brain rebalanced on an octagon going clockwise? Ooh, okay. Yes, steps are not. It's like I have to hold on to something and do that. I mean, I can do them easier if I just like flip my glasses up and see where I'm going, but it's like, oh. So I will have to think about that, Patty. Yeah, because I dropped like, I don't know, $250, $300 for something that is not going to work right. And that just doesn't make me happy at all. uh, they're just rubbing their rough day off. Yeah, that's true. That's true. So, anyway, yes, we are much colder here. We had some really, really severe thunderstorms come through last week. Um, lots of rain, which we needed anyway. But it's like it was all flooded in front of my house, and a lot of branches down, different things. So lots of wind and lightning. Oh my goodness. So I don't know if I know there were some other areas of Minnesota that got it worse than I did, but anyway, it was all through. Now it's just snow. So we'll see what shapes up for our winter. I don't know, but anyway, one of my let's kind of get into it here. My garden tip. Um, Bifocals also gave you instant migraines. Ooh. The last 3 years, I had to wear 2 pair of glasses. Oh, okay. I will have to think about that. So I know Walmart has a good, vision place and everything, and I kept trying to call them, and I couldn't get through just to find out what it was. Of course, there are commercials on for other places too, but I'll have to check into those. Thanks, guys, for all um, the tips. I really appreciate that. Okay, so my garden tip for even the winter starting. um, not all of you have winter starting the way I do right now, but it's like, and I did this just in trying to make room for everything in my shed. It's like I had a lot of extra bags of potting soil left over, the bigger bags, and I had some bags of wood mulch and different things like that I really wanted to start fresh next year with everything, because some of them had been sitting around for a couple years, and I was like, I just need to get some fresh soil going. So what I did is I went and I took all these bags. I mean, I think I had 8 bags of stuff or something, and I just layered them in my compost pile. So it'd be like, dirt, wood chips, and dirt, wood chips. You just kind of just spread it out and layered it out so that could at least get back there and work with things that I'll be adding to it next spring. So anyway, that is, so just pour it over layers if you don't have room to store any of it, or if it's just not going to be good for next year. So that's my tip for that. So, um, you're glad for the rain. Your poor trees were going to think they were in a desert. Yeah, it was dry again this year. I mean, we started the spring really wet, yes, but the rest of the summer ended up being dry. So you've been nearsighted since a kid, starting to need readers too. Yeah. Yep. Um, I didn't even need glasses until I was in my 30s, and then I had to get them, and then by my 50s, I think it was, I had to go to bifocals, and then it's like in the last few years, I have to go to trifocals. It's like, mostly because I there was such a difference between my readers and my distance that I couldn't see like the dashboard. I couldn't see what was on store shelves, because I needed that middle distance that you see like at your computer dashboard or something like that. So that's what that middle distance does for me. Otherwise, I was the bifocals. I'd be going to a store shelf and I'd be like what's going on there? And I'd be looking, taking out my glasses, and it's just such a pain in the neck. So anyway, it was pretty funny. Yeah, it's just it's hard to get things right sometimes. And you had a blue kiddie pool that started leaking last summer. You poked a few more holes in it, added potting soil, planted garlic, and topped with wood chips. Good for you. Yeah. Um, I hope I'm not missing anything here, but how long is it okay to keep open soil? Can I use what you opened this year for the spring? You should be able to, as long as you don't check it, make sure it didn't get moldy or anything like that. Um, that it's not filled with bugs or anything like that. So next spring, just check it out. If you keep it out for the winter, where you are, Alicia, it might kill off anything that was in there. So, but that would be the only thing that I'd be concerned of is that, gnats or something like that would harbor in there and just multiply through the winter, or or molding or something like that. And when those are present and you're using it for potting soil for starters, for starting your plants, you want the cleanest, best organic mix that you can possibly get for your starts, because if there's anything in there like that, it's going to create problems with once your seeds are germinating and your plants are trying to grow. So you really, really, really do want to have some really good clean soil. So thanks, Grandma Karen. So sweet. I appreciate that. It's not left open. Okay. Um, you can, but again, I would check it, Alicia, next spring, open it up and just see if everything's okay in there. And but yes, you can use it in other areas, but just for at least your starts, it needs to be really good starting potting soil. So you were 10 when you got glasses. Oh, yeah. So these are my single visions just for my computer. So no lines, no lines in there. All right. Okay. So let's get started on have you ever. It's been a while since I've done one. And um, this is the 10th time I've done one. So I've got a whole bevy of new questions here. And I hope that you guys um, are okay with them. All right, that you're interested in. It'll foster a bunch of conversation here. So, have you ever waxed snow skis or a surfboard? Now, our family we always had, season passes, family passes and everything for skiing, at a nearby ski resort and everything. And so one of the things that we always had to do every winter was wax our skis. And so my dad would line them up in the garage and everything, would turn them over, and then we'd wax them. And it used to be like just a chunk of wax. It had to be a special thing, not just a regular paraffin, but wax them and do that. So, um, Dave, you're a skier. Yes. Donna, yes. Kathy, no. Connie, no. You've not waxed either of those. Okay. Hi, Joy. How are you doing? Sorry I didn't see you before. You still go skiing, Donna? Oh, that's so great. I had to stop after I tore my meniscus because it was just too chancy to do it again, but, your husband skateboards, he waxes the bottom of it to do his tricks. Okay, I can believe it. I can believe it. You've waxed snow skis. Patty never got to go skiing. You enjoyed it. They were your friend's skis. I know it's kind of fun. I actually came across a really good um, website on that because I wanted to find out if they still wax skis because the bottoms of them are now made from a polyethylene, and which is a little different. I mean, way back in the day, they were just wood, and it was wood bottoms, so they had to wax them often and everything. And so, but the polyethylene um, layer on the bottom, I mean, there's so many layers. There's like one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, at least seven layers of materials in the construction of a ski, and the very bottom is the base, they call it, is the polyethylene, and they still have wood a lot of times at the core of the skis. Some other things that they use at the core are aluminum honeycomb, fiberglass, titanium. That would be super light and strong and expensive. Um, Kevlar, they use some of that in snow skis, carbon, foam. So those are just some of the other things that they use in the construction of the skis. But I put a link to this page in the show notes below. If you guys are interested, I thought it ended up being really, really interesting. And it was like, oh, so if anybody was like, well, how do they construct all that? What is it all made of? But anyway, in the base or the bottom layer of the polyethylene, they allow like little, they're like kind of like little pinholes kind of that are in there. And how else did they explain it? The base. Oh, they're porous anyway, so they allow some like little pinholes and everything to keep it porous, and then when you can wax it, it helps the wax get in there and stay and stick much better. So anyway, what this wax does is it helps to reduce the friction of the skis or the surfboard or the skateboard or anything like that. So it reduces the friction and there and helps you go faster. So if you don't want to go fast, don't wax your skis. But if you want to make it down the hill without coming to a dead stop, you might want to wax your skis. Oh, um, yeah, Patty, I hear you. Okay, so you tried skiing, but mostly fell down. Never again. Oh, so literally, Dave, not stepping your foot on a skateboard. Um, and I know there's a lot of I had a few accidents. One was really bad, but it was I mean it was I think I told you guys before, but I it was snowing really hard, and I was going up the tow rope, and I smacked into the back of somebody else, and my head into the back of his head, and it was like that was not fun. If you don't fall, you're not skiing. That is so true. You tried skiing twice at Lake. Oh, hi, Patty, Southern Blessed. When you oh, that's Mac. Okay. When you were temporarily stationed at Travis. Okay. Lake Tahoe. Mm. What's I know, Eli. It's like what just out in the desert doesn't work, right? You still use them from the 80s. That's so cool. Right, Alicia? Yeah, it's so fun to see how things are made. In spite of living in Minnesota, you're not a fan of cold and snow. Oh, Cavitation, okay. You have a family that ice fishes. Not me, no, sir. All my, all my brothers ice fished, so, I never have done that, but they've all been out there. Your knees were not built for downhill travel. I hear you. Yep, that's why I've had to stop too, Dave. Um, your mom had a doctor who skied into a tree. Ooh. Oh, yeah, K2s, okay. I don't even remember. I know they were orange. I didn't have K2s. I had, oh my gosh, I can't remember the names of them though. But, alright, so this is a fun conversation here. Okay, have you ever fallen off the roof? I'd like to hear some stories here. Rosignol, okay. Ooh, oh, oh, that's painful there, Patty. Snowshoeing, okay. Just off a ladder from 4 feet up, that was you fell through the roof, Eli? Oh my goodness. Okay, there's more to that story. You do share. It's like, was it a bad roof and you were trying to fix it and you went through it, and then how far did you fall when you came down? Did you land on anybody or anything when you came down? That just doesn't sound good. Fell off a few ladders, okay. A bunch of us got free military passes to ski, and the only cold weather gear we had was our military camos. Mac, that would have been good. Oh my goodness. Yes, it's like, "The army's here." Oh, that's funny. You've gone through a floor before, does that count? Well, we could possibly count that. Um, oh my goodness, you guys are funny. That's why I love doing these because I love the stories that you guys bring out here. Oh, yeah, I no, I have not fallen off a roof. When we were kids, um, I guess I mean, this was a fun thing that we did. There was one winter, we had, a garage that is a single car garage, but a fairly steep roof on it, and the, the right side of it, as you're facing the garage, the right side, um, went, kind of faced right into the neighbor's yard and everything. One winter, we had so much snow that the snow that built up from the neighbor's yard against the garage went all the way up to the eaves of the roof. And so we would climb up on one side. I don't know if we climbed, I don't know, but we'd climb up on the roof and then we'd be able to sled all down the roof into the neighbor's yard and everything. So it was a great little instant sliding hill right there. That was the only year where they've been able to do it, but, I'm sure my mom was like, "The kids are all up on the roof." It's like, "Just don't fall down the other side because that goes to an ice rink," you know? We had a patio that my parents always that's the plow, sorry. My parents always have, had built an ice rink on the patio for the winter, and so we'd be able to ice skate and stuff, and so dad kept that pretty clear, so if we went off that side, we would have landed in the ice rink, but oh my goodness. You guys are great. God spared you injury, both the ladder and the floor. Oh, good. You did jump off the roof when you had 4 feet of snow once. Well, that makes it fun, right? Um, it probably was a drift. Yeah, maybe a combination of the drift and I imagine dad probably had to get some of the snow off the roof of the garage so it wouldn't collapse the garage. roof, and so, he probably shoveled some of it off too, but, yes, it was just a huge drift that went right up in there, so the eaves were I would imagine the eaves were at least 7 feet. Um, I mean, it's a small garage, but I don't think the sides would have been 6 feet. I think that they were at least 7, 8 feet. So, yes, the drift would have been right up against all of that. So, okay, you had those in Denver and once in Boise. Okay, you were doing demo, stepped into a hole you made. You didn't see that hole, Eli? Oh, scraped and bruised, but finished out the day. Oh, well, thank goodness that you didn't do more damage to yourself or to. Oh, I know. You're like, "Why didn't I look before I stepped?" Right? Your friend, when he dated his wife, their first date was skiing, and she fell, and her hat and her wig fell. He was shocked and said, "We will talk later." I'm sorry. She was fighting cancer. They were married for years. Oh, that's so great. That's a good story, Bonnie. Oh my goodness. Oh, yes. We had a nice hill in our backyard for sledding. Okay, that's great. Oh, dear. Oh, now we're getting it's like, have you ever worn a wig and had it fall off? Those are some good stories. Oh, oh my goodness. You guys are great. Okay. Whew. We only made it through 2 here. It's Have you ever talked in your sleep? Now, if you're by yourself, you probably wouldn't know or anything, but I know that I've been told that I have in the past. So, is that vodka I'm drinking? No, Mac, it's just good old H2O. But I am tired, so I'm probably a little bit goofy here. Uh, your husband is talked in his sleep. Okay. Mac, it's fun to have you on here. Thank you for being here. This is great. I believe you answered yourself. Hey, Kathy, that's great. I love it. Your whole family did growing up. Even remember a night mom and your brother talked to each other from adjoining bedrooms. Oh, you guys are great. Your father-in-law was late for church once. He sprayed air freshener in his hair and stuff. Oh, okay. Well, we'll know what happens when, if the ground starts rumbling there, Eli. Yes, you talk in your sleep too. Okay. Talked, walked, and even sang. Oh my goodness. I Yeah, the only one who ever told me that was when I was married, when my ex-husband, and I would actually say things that I never had the guts to say in my waking hours. So it was like, okay, at least there's some chutzpah there somewhere, right? Okay. Yes, you have one Halloween. You were a clown, and when you went to put your head under the house, your clown wig comes off. Oh no. You guys, these are great stories. Your roommate talked in her sleep when she jumped off the upper bunk, sat on your bed, and laughed out loud, saying, "Is that the?" You want to know what she was dreaming about, right? It's like, was she being Superman or something, right? Oh, you thought the middle of the living room was the toilet. Oh, when Patty was little, she would sleepwalk a lot. Went to the neighbors one night. Oh my goodness. That is so funny. You know, you have to be careful where you end up, right? Oh, have you ever walked around with your shoes on the wrong feet or with two different shoes on? Now, most shoes, it's going to feel really weird to have them on the wrong feet because they're very, form fitting to that particular foot. But there are some that that are like flats and stuff like that that are just really, really hard to kind of figure that out. So Dave Bismarck is sinking. Remember sleeping at your best friend's house growing up, watched war movies before he jumped off something, ripped through your cot beside the bed. Oh, oh my goodness. Oh, that's being in the middle of a dream for sure. Your parents were in the kitchen talking one night. Your brother walked into the kitchen and oh, this was a good question, wasn't it? Ah, two different flip flops. Didn't notice for a few hours. Okay. You have worn two shoes to work once. Okay. Two different ones. Corey sleepwalks in your bedroom. He does handstands. Oh my goodness. That is so great. In the, well, Eli, let's hope that those were already dirty clothes, right? Oh, two different socks by mistake. Okay. Yeah, I've done the blue and black socks and that type of thing too. You've seen cartoons where people walk around the city snoring. Oh, that's funny, Caitlin. You went to church with the wrong shoes on once. I, I ended up, yeah. I went to church once with my slippers on, not realizing that they were, because I just wore them all around the house all the time. And so I was in a hurry. It just went out, and I'm like, I'm 7 miles away. I can't just like, oh, let me run back to the house and change my shoes. I was like, oh, okay, here I go. I don't know if I ended up taking them off and just going barefoot or what, but anyway, it was, yeah. I mean, what do you do? It's just like, whatever. You just can't be embarrassed by things like that. It's just, you know, uh, that's true. So true, Dave. Absolutely. Um, okay. Have you ever left your Christmas tree up past January? And I'm talking like the end of January, not not past January 1st, past January 31st. Let's see what people have to say before I admit what I did. So, no, they make you nervous and dry. Nope. Okay. Older brother and new middle brother fell out of bed every night. Didn't bother to say anything when wanted to sleep on the top bunk. Oh, that's not good, Carrie. You must lead a fairly exciting life because you have so many stories and so many things of things going on. Oh, Bonnie, that's really sweet. Oh, last year you made it to New Year's, but no, I know, Dave, what you're talking about. It's like if they get too dry, um, it seems so many times I'm only putting mine up in the last 2 weeks before Christmas. So sometimes it's even been like 1 week before Christmas. And then, then I'm there for through Epiphany and stuff like that, and the rest of the Christmas season. But this one year, I mean, the tree was still really, really healthy and everything, so it wasn't like it was dried it like a crisp, and, I don't know, things just wasn't able to get to it, and because it's a project getting a dry tree out of the house and cleaning up everything and getting all that done. Um, so I think it ended up being the middle it was 2nd or 3rd week in February because Lent was about to start, and it's like, it has to go before Lent comes. It's like, it'll be Easter pretty soon. I can just hang Easter eggs from this tree, But so that was like probably up for like 2 months. But yes, if it was really dry and needles were falling off, I would not do that. Absolutely not. Um, so Vonnie, you did the middle of February too. Okay. Your stepmom left her tree for over a year. Was it a real tree or was it a fake tree? Oh, you had a tree up till March? Well, then I don't feel so bad. Oh my goodness. Made sure your older brother slept on the top bunk. You tried it one night, but you're afraid of heights. Yeah, especially if you toss and turn a lot at night, and or you get up in the middle of the night and you're used to just like getting up and putting your feet on the floor. It's like that's a long step, and you just land on your face. Your fake tree never gets dry. Oh, now, Dave, do you find a tree on your property, or do you go to a tree farm somewhere close by? Because I mean, you're in New Hampshire, and it's like tree farm central over there. Usually get yours down on New Year's Day. Okay. And they just like, oh, Bonnie, that's sweet. I know. Till the kids came. Well, you held out there. You did. Your tree is up, just not turned on. My Christmas village takes about 2 weeks. That I can see. It's like absolutely getting the villages and the different things up. And I was thinking about when the temperatures were still nice, I should really string the lights outside, but didn't happen. So now I'll have to do it when it's below freezing, and but oh well, it makes it feel a little bit more Christmassy to do it in the snow, right? You always buy living trees for Christmas, so you gotta leave them till spring. Okay. Um, Eli, then do you plant them then? Do you plant them? Because if you're saying, a living tree in that way, do you plant them on your property, or does it just turn into firewood or something at that point? You have fake trees, put them up when you want. I'm just gonna keep doing a live tree as long as I possibly can. I just really like having a live Christmas tree. Um, and I have some friends who own a tree farm, and as long as they are doing the tree farm, they give me a free tree every year. So it's like, you know, sweet, no brainer. So, oh, well, thanks, Alicia. You've looked at home, but you don't have great varieties on your land. There's a tree farm. Oh, there you go. Three-fourths of a mile away. That's gravy there. You finally got your village down out of the rafters. Ah, nice. Oh, well, good for you. Vonnie, you have done I'm sure most people don't know here, but she has worked so hard this last year to really, really purge in our house, and I'm so proud of you. You've done such a great job. Um, you're an inspiration. You considered planting trees would take it. Yeah, they do. And it depends on how long you're gonna be there. 'Cause it's like once the trees are big enough, it's like, I can't be 80 years old. It's like, maybe not doing that. So you're considering putting yours up this weekend, so it's time for Thanksgiving. Hmm. I know since 2020, the funny year, that people needed to have that, and so they started putting things up and decorating, like, right after Halloween, and, it was they just, kept doing it. So, was last year, they did it again, and this year I've seen everybody starting to decorate right after Halloween. It's like, "What happened to Thanksgiving?" So, well, Eli, that's very cool. That is I like that. If I were able to do that here, that's what I would do, but you know, to go from December to May and not be able to plant it outside. Um, I mean, I do s once I take it out of the house, I do stick it in the snowbank. So it's there for the birds and the rabbits and different things like that too. So, they can enjoy it until I can get rid of it in the spring, but, um, the living tree is in a root ball. Okay, that's what I was wondering. That's what I was wondering. You like a real tree instead of plastic, so you never put up decorations until after Thanksgiving. Yes, so true, Patty. Um, the tree farm close oh, that's hard to do. Um, Kathy, you live near the cities then, I think? Yes, it is a deal. So, maybe if someone else here is close to the cities, Donna or, um, Vani, I'm not sure, maybe you can help give her a tip of where you could find good trees. It's better to climb a ladder when it's crazy cold and icy to put up lights. It's just it's part of the experience, right? It's like part of the Christmas decorating thing. It's gotta be, freezing, freezing cold out there, right? You went from 26 tubs of Christmas. Now you have 20 well, that's good. Patty, you're doing so great too. Oh, my favorite type of Christmas tree. I would have to say, a Fraser fir. It smells so good. And the needles are kinda like they're not super short and they're not real long, but I think a Fraser fir is my favorite. Then, what would be after that? I don't even know. That would be my first one. My mom always loved Norway pines, and she loved the long needles and everything, and my aunt, her sister, loved the spruces with the short needles, so they'd get these huge spruces, and we would get the Norways that are all bushy and everything, so it was kinda funny. So I kinda like somewhere in the middle there. Um Used to think every room and basement had to be flooded with decorations. Yeah. Some door-to-door salesman just begged you to let him pick mushrooms in your garden. Oh, how did he know that you had mushrooms in your garden? Oh, that's funny, Connie. That's great. Oh, Kathy. Okay, you're in the Indiana. Okay, I'm sorry. You like Fraser. And they hold their needles longer too. I didn't know that. Okay. Growing up as a kid, we would load up and head to your grandma's and walk 100 acres looking for the perfect Christmas tree. Aw, aw. Mac, where did your grandma live then? Yeah, we pass on the freezing cold. Blue spruces are probably most common there. Okay. Um, sure if it's still there though, might have to check online. Your garden is out. Well, that's true. So you do mushrooms out front then? That's interesting. I always wish you had a 5-foot Norway pine to use for Christmas and enjoy all. Oh, that would be kinda neat, wouldn't it? Just keep it in the house and just decorate it up when it comes a Star Trek tree, a Star Trek tree. Well, that's a hard s try that one, you guys, that's a tongue twister. Star Trek tree. Say that 3 times fast. Okay. Have you ever we're talking about trees and winter and everything. Have you ever gotten a chainsaw injury? That would be And I could say, yes, I have. They end up growing in the wood chip walking paths. Okay. California State Fairgrounds. Norfolk Island is the prettiest evergreen, but can't stand frost. Okay. I don't I'll have to look that one up. I don't think I'm, familiar with what that is. Take a screenshot real quick. Um, yeah, Dave, with all that you've done with chainsaws, that's good. I'm so glad. We always get noble fir trees. They last a long time. Oh, unless you could kind of your finger sharpening a nail. Oh, you had a sprained wrist doing a chainsaw. Well, that's interesting. I was young and foolish, of course. I was what, 20, 21, something like that. And we were working my parents' land at that point in time. They lived on 65 acres. And so I'm sure it was fall, we were doing cleanup of things, the trees would come down and we were just doing a lot of cleanup and trying to get wood, everything. So my ex-husband, boyfriend at that time, or fiance, I don't remember what, but anyway, he was running the chainsaw and everything, and so there was this one branch that was probably, I don't know, 3 feet wide, maybe 2.5 feet wide, somewhere around there, long, and it was probably a 2 inch diameter branch. It was big enough where you couldn't crack it over your knee, or even if you stepped on it or something. So maybe it was even like 3 inch diameter. And you know, neither of us were thinking, of course, at that point in time. So um, instead of him just, putting it on the ground, propping it against another log or something, and just cutting it in half, he said, "Here, hold this," so I can cut it. So I'm holding this thing, on both sides here like this, and just when he's standing in front of me, and just when he's coming down with the chainsaw, I'm like, I don't think this is right. And he hit it, and of course I'm not, strong, stable enough or anything, and so the chainsaw bounced and hit my thumb right here, and immediately cut it right down. Like, I mean, it was jagged on the edge of the nail and stuff like that, but it cut it right down to the bone, just and so it's like bleeding like all over the place. It's like, okay, let's go to the emergency room. So I don't well, I don't know. I think we may have just taped it up really good or something, but it didn't get infected or anything. But anyway, yes, I'm lucky that I have a thumb. Absolutely. I could have lost it, but it was like I think I pulled away from it at the same time that it jumped. So it just nicked it. It was like, yeah, yes. So never, ever, ever do that. Do not hold a stick and have somebody sawing like that. So um I've got to catch up on some of these here. So um you like the Charlie Brown Christmas tree? Aw. No power washer. Yes, don't run 2 feet off. They cut your skin. No injury yet. Some close calls. Um, your neighbor's son sliced into his thigh with a chainsaw. Oh, he cut his thumb off. Oh no. He was 12. Eeh. Sketchy that. I know, Dave, right? Blue spruce is so pretty. The so sorry. Yes, sorry, guys. I'm trying to catch up on all of this reading here. But yes, it was not a good thing. And then it was only this was still wrapped in healing, and he was a mechanic too, and so he was working on an old car or truck or something, and wanted me to help him, and so I'm underneath the car and everything. I think it's up on jacks and stuff, but he's messing with the transmission, and I'm holding on to, like, a beam or something underneath the car, and the transmission falls right on top of my thumb. So my thumb is between that frame and this transmission and it's an automatic transmission, so nice and heavy, and just smashed it. So there's both my thumbs within a couple months, and yes, it just like swelled right up and ran right to the it swelled up so fast it split my skin along here, and I was just like, it didn't break my thumb, amazingly enough, but it was just like, so my poor hands have kind of been through some things. I know, right, Patty? So, um, no, Donna, no alcohol involved, amazingly enough, just a lot of stupidity and naivety, So anyway, you slicked your finger bad clean and meat slice. Ooh, oh, you sliced it. The worst thing was when you spot welded your finger when someone kept talking. You got tired. Oh no! Owie, owie, owie. I know. Well, Mac, I'm glad you wouldn't even do that. That's good. Um, Daughter used a sawzall and cut through the other side of the wall in the living room. Oh, there's just so many things that can happen with saws. Absolutely. Trying to get to the rest of your comments here before, because I know I gotta go. But yeah, I know. You, my daughter cut my finger with clippers through a branch. Ooh. I know. It's great. I'm not getting arthritis and stuff now, but it's like that's a whole different thing. So, all right. Well, guys, thank you for being here so much. And this has been really fun. And I've got a whole bunch more things that we can do. So, sometime in the middle of this winter, maybe right after Christmas, we'll do another one. Have you ever? So it's just been fun. I love hearing your stories and getting to know you better and everything. And you guys watch out for those meat slicers too. Oof. Okay. To be continued. Yes, Dave. So you guys take care. God bless. Always have hope and just have a great week. Enjoy the snow if you're getting it. Be safe out on the roads, everything. So thanks, Eli. That's very, very sweet. It's a good time to get to laugh. There's a lady that got her hair pulled off her head by oh no. Oh no. Okay. All right, guys. Thanks so much. You guys take care. Good night.